Going everybody and welcome back to another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video. Manny here, and today, we got a lot of things to talk about. We're actually going to go through some of the units that's coming up. Technically, guys, I did make a video about the units, but my video got corrupted. I'm very sorry. So this is like video that's already been overdue. But first things first. Let's do one quick 250 summon, just for the heck of it, just because I want to. And let's see what we get right here. Come on, Gumi, give me something good. Nope, didn't get nothing good, I don't think. Break to gold, break to gold, break to gold. Nope, let's see what we got. Endzone, yeah, you know what, I don't really care for you. I was going to say, guys, did you guys get any new units from the new banner? I'll put it like this to you. For me, I didn't really get much. Kind of sad about it. But without further ado, we're going to go through a couple things and we're going to do the segment. Are they worth summoning? Who are they worth summoning? The new units coming up. Are they worth summoning? From this batch and a couple batches coming up next. Now, I'm going to put it like this to you guys. Again, as always, if you guys really love these units, you love Brave Exvius, you love the game so much, hey, you know what? I'll put it like this to you. I'll give you the power to say this. Tell me what's up. Because I really don't know why these units are. Now I'm just playing. No, basically, long story short, if you guys really love the units, always summon for them because they're your favorites. And hey, this banner is very tempting. And I'll put it like this to you. This banner is one of the banners that's like, why? Here's why. No, just basically, this banner right here, they're making. You might see this more often now, where we're gonna get at least 2 5-star going to 6 stars, 2 4 stars going into 6 stars, and 1 little 5-star. Now, I will put it like this to you. Every single one of these units are really good. They're not the best, but they are the best. Meaning, you'll see what's up. So basically, we'll start from the very bottom. Timothy. Yes, Timothy. Now, I usually don't really say so much about these units, but first of all, that trick hat, very good TM. It focuses on magic and spirit, and also gives you MP when a new unit does need MP. And trust me, a lot of units do need the MP. Now, he himself, not really great. I mean, has some good things. I guess if you really need a supporter, debuffer, or basically a debuff, then he's basically a very good unit. But his limit break is really, really good. If you max his limit break out, it's very, very amazing. How amazing? So amazing. I mean, debuffs basically every one of your enemies. There, you can debuff on a certain percentage. Yeah, you know what? It's very. I gotta say it like this. He's very, very good. But again, he's a 5-star, so of course he's gonna be very weak. But yes, he is good. You just gotta figure out how to use them correctly. I will go more into Definite in a bit, but basically there's him. Then we got this chick. Oh my god, Victoria. She basically is one of your strongest magicians or spellcasters in the game, or basically black mage. Long story short, if you do need a spellcaster that's not X-Death, but you do need a spellcaster, she basically will be the one to get. She has dual cast, of course. She got Time Crush. Time Crush that has a chance to stop all enemies. So it's pretty good. But Overflow is one of those, basically one of those things you definitely need. Because, I mean, Overflow is a consecutive, thing that goes up to, I think, 7 times. So it'll power up a lot. And if you can dual cast with that, she'll do a tremendous amount of damage. Pretty much, I think it's going to happen because you know how it is. But her Dark Robe, the Trust Mastery of that is really, 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 really good. I mean, defense 35, magic 55, and spirit 20 with a dark resistance of 30%. Now that's a really, really good TM. She is really strong. I would say if you don't have an X-Death, definitely try to gun for her. She is a really strong unit. If you don't have, but if you have the other units, like let's say Rem, Dark Fina, the Emperor, because the Emperor is pretty good. Maybe Ash. Ash is actually pretty good too. She actually can chain really, really well. Her or any other unit that is not lower than Kefka or anything like that. Kefka, even though he can be strong, he actually is not as strong as we thought he would be. But if you dual cast him, of course he'll be very strong. Terra's the same thing, but Trans Terra, she's a way better than any other unit. But yeah, if you don't have any of like Trans Terras or Emperors or any other spellcasters, or you don't really care for her, you can skip for her. She's not really worth it. But if you do want one and you think she's really cool, I mean, I do like the design and stuff. If you really do want her, hey, go for it. I am gonna go for it. I am gonna summon tomorrow, guys. So hopefully when I summon, hopefully you guys will be like, oh, that's great, I'm really gonna love this. I'm really gonna be very happy that this is gonna happen. Yes, I am gonna summon for this, but not too much. Basically, I'm putting like this to you. There's maybe other banners. We're gonna see what's up. Maybe you already figured out, oh, maybe it's not worth it, but I didn't say it isn't worth it. I'll tell you why in a bit. But then now we got this too. We got basically another tank. We got the Veritas of the Earth. Now I will put it like this to you. He has one incredible ability, but he also has a global upgrade, which is chance of taking physical damage for allies. Okay, cool. But there actually is more stuff about him. They actually did buff him up in the game, in global. In Japan, I think he's still the same, but in global, they did buff him up. So he actually is really strong now. I will put this to you. His TM is actually pretty good. Boost defense when equipped with a heavy shield, and attack when equipped with a heavy armor. So basically, he does get really strong. So is he worth summoning? Oh yeah, definitely. Is he going to be one of the best tanks in the game? Pretty much. Not as close as other ones, in my opinion, but still really, really strong. If I would make a top 5 tank units, I maybe will, and I'll tell you the top 5. But I will put it like this to you guys too. If you guys want to see that video, let me know in the comments below, because I'll definitely make the video. But we are going to get more into this. I will say this to you though. Ever since he got his buff from Global, and it's funny because Global didn't say anything, but he does have a buff. When we talk about it a little bit more, you're going to see he actually got a lot better. But besides that, we also got Veritas of Flame and Veritas of Dark. Now I'm putting them two together because technically these two units are going to be the top units in the game. Basically, Veritas of the Dark is going to be one of the best units in the game for now. Now, people do still use him in Japan, but he's going to be top unit for now. And then Veritas of the Flames, he is also very good for now. I mean, he is better than other units, but we're going to get into all that. So let's go to it and let's talk more about it, because we need to explain a lot. And also there's a bunch of other stuff coming by where we're not going to get through it. I mean, all you need to know is this is coming by too. 11 turns, you got to beat it in order to get the 10,000. If not, just beat it really quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Get the stuff done. And then we also want that False Saint. False Saint with 20% magic and 10% MP. Hey, you know what? This is pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, make sure your allies don't be KO'd. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to have a team for that. But in the meantime, though, I'm going to leave it like that. Let's go on to the actual wiki page and see what's going on. Yes, guys, I do use wiki, but wiki is not always the best. So, Timothy, let's go with him really quick. So, basically, we're just going to look at one thing with Timothy besides all this other stuff. This other stuff is actually pretty cool. It's not that bad. increase MP by 20%, 10%, auto defense buff, auto spirit buff 2020, and then increase limit break by fill rate by 100, decrease chance of being targeted by 50. So all this stuff it does is, all right. He has sleep, blind, silence, deep protect, de-shell, imperial, does all this stuff. Whatever, it's all good. Basically, a lot of units can do that. But Tinkle Trick basically does decrease all parameters for one enemy for 3 turns. It does it by 40%, but when you max it out, it's 59%. That is pretty big. That, my friends, is telling you straight out, he actually has a lot of debuffing power. So that's the main reason why you want to get him, besides his TM. He does have a lot of debuffing power, guys, so definitely that's the one you definitely want to use. Besides that, let's go with Victoria. Victoria is definitely going to be the next one. We can definitely see. She's a 12.5 unit. Basically, she's not the strongest, but she's not the weakest. She is pretty good. We're going to look at her things really quick. Her statistics-wise, she's not that bad. 3,320 or 3,220. MP 180. Attack 112. Defense 118. Magic 146. That's not bad. And 126 for everything else. There's everything else right here, too. Sorry, but guys, time for Chocobos to rally up and let's go. She can be equipped with all this stuff, which is pretty good. She has Magical Awakening when she first gets to level 32. She'll get increased magic of 200% for one action. So there you go, guys. That's her buffs. She's going to have a lot of buffs, guys, so get ready. Time Crush is 30% for 3 turns to all enemies. Dual Black Magic, of course, when she gets to 6-star. Farewell to Wisdom. Decreases magic and spirit by 40% for 3 turns to all enemies. That's not bad. 40%, pretty good. Overflow, 2.2, and then it goes 1.2 every time, max 7 times to all enemies. So it is a really, really good thing. It costs 45 to use, of course. So yeah, if you want to build a mage team and stuff like that, chain and everything, well, there you go. She also has MP plus 30%, Seductive Witch, which increases magic by 20% when equipped with a hat, and also when equipped with a robe, she gets an extra 25%. So 40% in total, on top of the 100 with the or was it another 20 or 200 for each magic action for once. Okay, so that's really good. Then Undying Beauty is recover MP by 5%, and another 30% magic, 30% magic. So already in total, she has a lot of magic power when you equip her with certain things, and of course having everything else. So all in all, guys, definitely a unit you want to try to go for. She is very strong. She is super powerful. You're going to get ready for something very, very, very crazy. So let's do this. She has Dark Biora, Darkara, and Darkara is deal dark damage by 1.4 to all enemies. Fireaga, Gravaga, Darka, and Darka is actually a really, really good thing too, because Darka is one of those strong, very, very strong thing that people use for all enemies, and it's actually that's the first thing I saw. I'm like, oh wow, I'm actually surprised they gave us that. Fire Aja, and Fire Aja is another Ja. Basically, that is the very first Ja that's a fire. So Ash is the very first Thunder Aja. This is first Fire Aja. So basically, fire magic 2 times with consecutive damage increased by 1, max by 5. So it's like Thunder Aja as well with Ash, and it does it to all enemies. So this will buff up. Very, very cool. Last one, Meteor. Of course, Meteor we all know with ignored spirit by 25%. So she can do that twice. So there you go. That's why I said she's kind of like a higher, stronger X-Death, because X-Death also has Meteor, but he also has a holy attack, but that's his own ability. But besides that, though, so basically this is like a dark version of X-Death, I would say, because there is, because X-Death does do light damage, and he is a light unit, but he's a bad guy. This one, she's a dark unit, that does dark magic, but she's a good guy. So yeah, it's one of those things. Arrogance, we're gonna go look at the last thing. Arrogance, when it's not buff, is 2.7 dark damage to all enemies. Inflict poison, blind, and petrify by 50% to all enemies. But when you max it out, it's 3.9 damage with poison, blind, and petrify to all enemies by 74%. That's really, really good. These are the things you need to awaken them with. That's pretty good. All in all, I say I'm going to try to get this unit. I just want to try it out to see how she works. She's going to be very, very fun for me to use. Veritas of the Earth has risen up to 14. He's actually really, really strong now. Why is that? We're going to see why. So basically, here's everything. Defense 144. There's all the statistics. There's everything else right here when it's maxed out. Or when you try to max it out, he can hold everything from swords to daggers to hammers to spears. And definitely a spear, that'd be what's up. Can do all the everything else. Had that guard smite. There you go. That's what it does. Omni block is 100% for 3 turns. Does 1 hit, 38. Crushing press, which is physical damage to all enemies it does 4 hits, 17. Defensive barrier, decreased damage taken by 20% for 3 turns. Earthen ward, increase earth resistance 100% for 3 turns for all allies except caster. But it doesn't matter for him because he actually can absorb earth attack. So basically it's like protect with all earth, boom. No, you won't get hurt with earth anymore. So technically, where was this unit when we were fighting Titan? Trust me, we would have beaten the Titan no problem if we would have had this unit right here. That's definitely the reason why we should have this. Steel body is not as bad. Decreased damage by 20% for 3 turns to caster, and then increase defensive spirit for 3 turns to caster. So it's kind of like okay, not the greatest, but also not bad. Then we got Guardian. Of course, it protects all allies by 60%, from physical damage by 60%. That's actually a lot, guys. That's a lot. With mitigation of 35 physical and 35 magic for 3 turns to caster. That's what's up. And then he has increasing press, which is physical damage 2.7 to all enemies. Increased chance of being targeted by 100% for 2 turns to the caster. So there you go. Basically 100%. It's going to always be targeted. You're going to always get the hurt. But it doesn't matter because he's gonna take all that pain. Has a basically spirit but 20% counter, of course, by 30%. Unresistant, which is increased resistance to paralyzed by 100%, which is good. Earth Lord, which is absorbs earth damage when taken, increases defense by 100% when HP is below 30, and also increases the spirit as well by 100% when HP is below 30. That's what's up. Increased defense by 30%. An eye for an eye increases chance to counter 2 times and HP plus 30%. Definitely is what's up. And he also has Stone Ja, another unit with a Ja. So we have Fire Ja, Thunder Ja, now Stone Ja. And it does exactly the same thing as all those other ones. 2 times, max it out by 5, so it does a total 7 times if you can get it. So there you go. He has Demon Wall. Demon Wall, if it's, when it's maxed out to 6-star, does physical damage 2.7 with ignore defense by 50% to all allies, and then it decreases damage taken by 30% for 1 turn to all allies. Now if you max it out, it's 3.9, does 54%, and it gives you 50% still to all allies of defense, or with ignore defense by 50% still, but 54% less taken for 1 turn to all allies. This is what he needs to be awakened, all this stuff. So basically, long story short, is he a really good unit to summon? Yes. Definitely, if you don't have Warrior Light, get him. He's very much worth it. If you don't have any other tanks, definitely try to get him. He is a lot stronger than other tanks. Better than Snow. Better than, I ain't gonna lie, I'm sorry, but better than, White Knight Noel. But then White Knight Noel is a Christmas unit, and he might get buffed in the future anyway, so we're gonna definitely see what's up. Cecil, Warrior of Light, any of those units, they're really strong, but this one looks like it's really, really, really powerful. I will put like this to you, the only reason why he got really powerful is because of the global buffs. If he didn't have those global buffs, he would not be as good as we thought he would be. But I will put it like this to you guys. If you guys really do want to summon for him, then go ahead. Go ahead. You got to do it. Now we're going to look at these two. 14.5 and 1500. Veritas of the Dark and Veritas of the Flame. Basically, Veritas of the Flame is going to be your hardest finisher in the game. Very, very strong. And Veritas of the Dark is basically a dark version of Orlandeau. Does the same thing as Orlandeau. So we basically got a dark Orlandeau, an ice Orlandeau, which is Freva, Holy One, which is of course Orlandeau because he's the original. And then we're also going to get other units. So let's look at this one really quick. He has a lot of firepower. Flaming Axe, which does all this stuff. You can pause the video to see what's up. It basically adds a lot. Defensive Barrier has... Sorry, Chocobo. Earthen Axe. So basically, if you give him an axe, he'll add the extra elemental fire and earth to his attack. So it's amazing. So he has Earthen Axe, Flaming Axe. Does cost the MP to do it, but he is very powerful. He also has Arrow Axe, which is an elemental for wind. Does exactly the same as the other two axes, the fire one and the earth one, but it's wind elemental damage. And he adds elemental physical attack of basically you can get the fire, the earth, and the wind all, but not at once. Basically one will lose more than the other, but he will get all those combined, so that's pretty crazy. Has Inspire, which increases his attack and magic by 80% for 3 turns to all allies, so that's what's up. That is a lot of power, especially when given to everyone. So imagine having him with, let's say, another one-hit wonder, which is Dark Knight Cecil. Have him in the team. Have this guy in the team. Already having 2 finishers. Who else? Let's put the Dark Veritas in it. Whoo! You're going to do a lot of damage. Let's put Orlandeau in it. Going to do a lot of damage. And let's put Freva in it. And you're going to do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Dark Steel Axe, which is physical damage a 1.5 with ignored defense of 50%. Decrease Dark Resistance by 50% for 5 turns to one enemy. And then add Dark Element physical. See, already adding a dark to it. Oh my god, guys, he's becoming a very big monster with heavy stomp, physical damage 2.5 with ignored defense of 50% to one enemy. He is very powerful, and don't forget, guys, he can be equipped with an axe, but we don't have a lot of strong axes right now. Like literally we don't. But imagine putting a water axe, like getting the water chick, the pirate, getting her axe, putting it on him. He will already have a water elemental, and you can add fire, you can add earth, wind, and dark. All you're missing is the thunder, but he doesn't have thunder in this one. But have all those elements into one freaking axe. Whoo, man, he is becoming boss. Besides that, too, he can be equipped with everything. Big swords, small swords, daggers, katanas, arrows, axes, hammers, spears, the throwing weapons, guns, maces, and fists. Technically, guys, he is a beast. And especially if you beat that trial, the robot trial, yes, you can equip him with that. He will become super extra strong with 145 extra attack power. He will be over a lot of power. Yes, guys, he's going to be crazy. Other than that, though, MP plus 10% attack plus 20% if we don't already need enough of that. Auto refresh, defense plus 20%, axe mastery, of course, increase attack by 50% when equipped with an axe. There you go. Unmoving, increase resistance of bind, paralyze, and petrify by 100%. That's what's up. Flame Lord, which is absorb fire damage, of course. So basically any fire damage. Oh, well, I'm absorbing it. Same thing with the Dark Veritas too. Dark damage, well, I'm absorbing that too. Trust me, guys, in Arena, get ready, because Arena's going to be dumb. Very dumb. Fiery Retribution, chance of it of a counter magic attack by 20% with Fire Retribution. That's what's up. HP increased by 30%. Uplift, which is a chance of counter physical attack by 30% by enabling full charge stomp, or 30% again by full charge stomp. And full charge stomp, if you guys kind of forgot, let's see what full charge stomp does. So Fire Retribution, when it's activated, it decreases fire resistance by 100% for 3 turns to one enemy. So that's what's up. Full charge stomp basically is physical damage 5 times with ignore defense of 50% to one enemy. So if he gets that, he has a chance of getting it, he will do it and he will destroy. Has Fire Agat, and now we have Fire Aja. So there you go, another Ja. So now we're getting the super god spells. So what does that mean? That means that this game is gonna get a lot more difficult. So if you have any old units, okay, they still can handle, but once these stronger bosses start coming by, it's gonna get a little harder. So definitely, yeah. Burning Hellfire, which is fire physical damage of 2.7 when ignored, with ignore defense of 50% to all enemies. Fire physical damage 3.9 with ignore defense again by 50% to all enemies. Still a pretty strong attack, but he is a one-hit hitter. Well, I'll say one-hit wonder, because basically one-hit KO, done. He's a finisher, guys. So definitely a strong unit. Definitely, if you want to try to get him, let's try to get him. So, see all these other ones too. That's funny because Ramza and all of them are like lower card, but still higher card. So, like, there you go. Let's get to the King, Veritas of the Dark. Now, here's this. Veritas of the Dark basically does the same thing. Can be equipped with a lot of good stuff as well, but not everything, because he's no Veritas of the Flames, but still can be equipped with katana, spears, axes. So there you go. Can be equipped with a lot of stuff. Has dual slash, which is physical damage combo 2 times, 1.6 or 3.2 in total to all enemies. That's what's up. Osmo Blade, defensive barrier, does all this stuff. We got Abyss Guard, resistance, and dark resistance by 70% for all cast, for everybody except for himself. Of course, it's 70%, not that high, but still really, really good, and is basically immune or resist to poison, sleep, silence, confuse, and disease by 100% for 3 turns. So Dark Punishment is physical damage 2 times with ignore defense by 50%, decrease dark resistance by 50% for 3 turns, and it's a 7-hit combo. This is the Orlando kind of thing, 45, but only gets it when he's level 100. And then he has Dark Edge, which is also a very, very powerful attack, which dark physical damage 2 times with ignore defense by 50% to one enemy. Add dark elemental physical attacks for 5 turns to caster, so he will do a lot of damage, guys. He is gonna be one crazy unit to have. 20% of basically almost all parameters but attack and magic. Has auto refresh. Has large sword mastery. When you can with a large sword, you will get a 50% attack. So that's what's up. Unmoving is the same thing. But it does blind, paralyze, and petrify by 100%. Dark Lord, absorb dark damage, of course, which increases the attack by 100% and defense by 100% when the HP is low by 30%. So there you go. Dark Retribution, a chance to counter by 20%. Attack and magic finally at the end will get the 20% parameter that it needs. Dark Retribution basically is dark resistance, decreased dark resistance by 100% to one enemy when you get it activated. Has gravity and gravaga and impact. All in all, seal and conviction, deal damage 2.7 to all enemies, decrease defense by 40%. When you max it out, it's 3.9, 64% decrease of defense, and then does it for 3 turns. So all in all, very strong unit too. Dark Orlando, of course, he's another unit to gun for. Him, Dark Veritas, Orlando, and then Freva, and any other unit like that, the other Earth unit too that's like Orlando, basically Earth Orlando. So all in all, is this banner worth it? I'm gonna put it like this to you guys: yes and no. Yes, for sure, because you have very, very strong, powerful units. If you guys need it, definitely try to summon for them. I know I will. I don't have any 5-star tickets, but I do have a 4-star ticket, so it gives me a better chance for getting these two, but it's also random, so I'm not going to be super, like, okay, butthurt, but it's going to be like that. Another thing, too, is that we are getting the Nier banner. Don't know when it's coming out, but when the Nier banner does come out, there is a lot of strong units in there. And then we also have A2 to look forward to, and the other guy that's coming out too that we're also looking forward to. So basically, there's going to be a bunch of stuff coming up for Nier, because after Nier, and it's going to be a raid thing after the whole MOG event is over and the tactics thing is done, then we're going to have all the Nier stuff coming by. And then once that stuff comes, yeah, you know what? It's going to be a very interesting month with Nier. And Nier is definitely everyone's going to gun for. So I'll put it like this to you. If you love Nier and you want to save up money for Nier and summon as much as you can to get all the Nier characters, because Nier only comes out once. These guys will still be there forever, so you can always get them again. This is why I'm not going to go super hard on the summons tomorrow, but I will go hard on them just to see what I can get. Summon a good amount of times. I do have a lot of summoning tickets, but I will put it like this to you. This is not a banner I'm not gonna go super hard for. I'm maybe gonna try to summon every day. So the question is for you, should you do it? Like I said, if you need certain things, a new tank, well, there you go. A finisher, if you did not get Dark Nyceoso, well, there you go. Did not get Orlandu and don't have Freva, well, there you go. Dark Veritas might be the one. I wish you guys good luck on any of those. Earth, you might have a better chance, but I still wish you good luck. If you need a strong mage, Victoria definitely need. Timothy, you just want the TM, there you go. But I'm definitely going to wish all you guys good luck on the banner. If it's worth summoning for you, go ahead and do it. Is it worth summoning if you're a free-to-play person? Kind of, not really. I mean, it is, but don't worry about it. If you really want Nier, like if you love Nier, definitely wait for that. If you don't care for Nier so much, then don't worry. Summon for these if you want. But there's also one other thing I need to mention. And I will tell you this right now, really quick. See, they even have a thing. Should you pull? This guy is saying, yes, Orlando is back. Yes, this guy is definitely saying what's up. So if you want to check it out on the wiki, there you go. I will put it like this to you. You don't have to, because there is one more other unit should be coming up. What am I talking about? That's what you're asking right now. It's like, Manny, what are you saying? Like, bro, we got so much stuff already. What are you talking about? Well, actually, guys, after the Dark Veritas stuff, we might be getting these units, but I don't think so. Because basically, we're supposed to get 12, but there's only 112 unit, so we might not. There might release a 12 braid with him in it, or maybe not. We'll see. Shantoto and all of them are going to get Awakening and stuff like that. Final Fantasy, what is this, 11? I mean, yeah, there's some units in there, but if you don't really care for them, don't worry about them. But we're definitely going to check them up when they do come out. But basically, Onion Knight and these other guys are coming. Not the Veritas of Light. These Veritases will come later on, but... And then, of course, we got the Charlotte and Hayate Awakening. But basically, these units, the Final Fantasy 3 units that are coming out very soon, will definitely be the new banner. And basically, Onion Knight, multiple copies of him. You're going to pass through a lot of these banners and trials. No problem, guys. Trust me. Onion Knight gonna be the top unit people are gonna gun for. But for right now, like I said, is it worth it? Is it worth it for anybody? I would say yes, guys. It's worth it, but just be careful. And you, like I said, you want to wait for Nier? Wait for Nier. If you want to wait for Onion Knight, you can wait for Onion Knight. keep your tickets till later on then. All I can say is, I wish you all guys good luck if you're going to summon. And as always, you either can do it the easy way, you can do it the hard way, or you can do it the many way. Thanks a lot for watching. I know this is a long video, 36 minutes. Oh my God, I'm very, very sorry. I did not mean to make it this long, but you know, you're all here. Let me do one more final summon before you guys leave, because I feel like I owe you one. So let's do one more summon. Let's see if we get somebody good. Come on, give me somebody. Break into gold. Come on. Nope. Who do we get? We got your Ellie. You know what? Screw that unit. I don't care. But I'm sorry, guys. But basically, that is the deal. If you guys heard me say it earlier, that's basically it. Thank you again for watching. And I hope to see you guys at the summoning. And I'm sorry again. Literally, it's a long video. Next time, I'll make sure to watch and make it less. But thanks again. We'll see you guys very soon. Peace!